Iran, U.S. sincere on ceasefire Israel could disrupt process. Turkey. Erdogan threatens military action against Israel. UK MTO warns ships to prepare for possible blockade. Iran demands compensation from regional Arab states. Turkey's Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan says both the United States and Iran remain sincere about reaching a ceasefire. His comments come despite the recent failure of Pakistan-mediated talks between the two sides. Fidan said ongoing communication suggests both countries understand the need to end the conflict. He added that diplomatic channels remain open, including behind-the-scenes discussions. The United States has blamed Iran's nuclear stance for the breakdown in talks, while other sources point to disagreements over negotiation terms. Turkey has been actively involved in mediation efforts and maintains contact with both sides. The remarks indicate that, despite setbacks, efforts toward a ceasefire and negotiations are still continuing. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has strongly criticized Israel over its actions in the region and warned of possible military intervention. Speaking at an international conference in Istanbul, Erdogan accused Israel of committing atrocities against civilians in Palestine and Lebanon. He claimed Israeli actions had forced large numbers of people to flee their homes. Erdogan also criticized a recently passed Israeli law related to the death penalty, saying it targets Palestinians. In later remarks, he suggested Turkey could take military action, referencing past interventions in Karabakh and Libya. Israel and the United States have rejected claims related to Lebanon's inclusion in the current ceasefire. The comments reflect rising tensions and increasingly strong rhetoric from regional leaders. The situation remains highly sensitive, with concerns about further escalation. Maritime authorities have warned ships to prepare for a possible U.S. blockade in key waters near the Strait of Hormuz. The UK Maritime Trade Operations issued an advisory urging vessels to stay alert and expect increased military activity. Ships operating in the Gulf of Oman, and nearby seas have been told they may face interception. The advisory says the restrictions could apply to vessels of any nationality linked to Iranian ports or facilities. Further guidance on navigation and procedures is expected in the coming days. The warning highlights growing tensions in one of the world's most important shipping routes. The situation adds to concerns over global trade and energy supplies as the regional conflict continues. Iran says it is seeking compensation from several regional countries over their alleged involvement in the war. Iran's ambassador to the United Nations named Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, and Jordan. He accused these states of supporting the U.S. and Israel during the conflict. Iran also condemned what it described as a maritime blockade, calling it a violation of its sovereignty. Tehran says the United States bears full responsibility for the consequences of the war. Iran's leadership has also urged regional countries to reconsider hosting U.S. military bases. Officials argue that foreign military presence in the Gulf contributes to instability. The statements highlight ongoing tensions as diplomatic and military disputes continue across the region.